Penny wise, pound foolish is a popular idiom which means to say that in trying to save the pennies, you end up spending the pounds. And I learned a valuable lesson around this while constructing my house about 6 years back. Now it was year 2017 when I began building a house. I took a 50 lakh loan where it was very difficult to service the EMI. And the key element was to try to save money at every step. So the first aspect was to get a drawing done. Now architects are extremely expensive. So what I did was I found a relative youngster who I believed was good at his job, hired him for the job to get him do the drawings. I spent about 10,000 in getting the drawings done by him. The result, a half-baked job. I then jumped on to a second architect who picked up the job again and gave me again a half-baked job. Now when both these youngsters didn't work, what I did was the conventional method of reaching out to a slightly more established architect for the drawings. Now she told me that, hey, my entire package costs 3 lakhs. I will do this for 30,000 because you're coming asking me only for the drawings. It was more like she was doing me a favor. And finally she gave me a drawing based on which I began constructing my house. Now house construction began, I built my walls, and as the construction progressed, I realized there were flaws in the drawing. Now, what was I left with? I had to go ahead and demolish walls that I had already constructed. I was left with no choice, which led to huge costs on my books. And finally, when the house got done, there were multiple places where I had to demolish and rebuild because the base drawing didn't work. The result, loss of money, loss of time, huge spends in building the entire house. And in order to save money, I actually ended up losing a lot more of my time, my money, my patience, my energy, and a whole lot of pain. Now this taught me that in life, anytime when you set out to do something worthwhile, choose the best in the field, pay them well, and get your job done. You're actually in the long run saving on your money, your time, your energy, and most importantly, your peace of mind. Now when we translate this story to any other aspect of life, we often try to find something that is called cheap and best. Now both these don't necessarily always sit together. Something that is cheap is not always the best. And the endeavor to achieve the two doesn't often work. It's rather best to spend money well and get your job done. Be it, hiring a plumber, a worksman, an architect, a coach. Try to choose the best, invest in them, and in turn, in the long run, it'll help you yield dividends. So next time when you're trying to shortlist on something, never be penny wise, pound foolish. I hope this story and this perspective helps.